guys, and welcome back to the channel. I am stoked because I just got an email from UPS saying that our package from G Force Transmissions has arrived. Now, if you remember from the last Corvette update video, we needed to order a lot of parts. So we needed a longer shifter, I needed a different pedal set that would mount differently so that we can finish setting up my positioning in the car. And those parts have arrived now, so I'm gonna go gather them all up and we're gonna see what the game plan is for the Corvette today. But a very important part did just arrive, being the much longer shifter that I needed, so I'm already stoked. Our package from G Force lawn shifters came in, which means we have our new GSR shifter location bracket. So this one and the one on here, they're actually two pieces. And we almost had a problem because we didn't know if they had this second piece in stock, but G Force did, got everything sent out. And this is the 26 location bracket versus the 24-inch that I have currently on here. And this was just way too close to the front of the car and too far away from me in the driving position. My arm would have to be like completely straight and strained in order to reach this. So we were lucky and we have this new one that will bring this entire setup back 2 more inches. And if I end up needing even more room, I can put on a shifter handle that arches back. But this was huge, and now that we have this, we can install it on the GSR transmission and work on getting my driver placement finalized. Once that's in there, we can also work on our pedals, get that finalized as well. And hopefully by the end of today, I will officially have my driver position in the car. This is the very first time that I've ever been in the position to fully customize a car to fit me. And because I'm small, I usually am never that comfortable in a car. It is tedious and it's a process to get it right, but the fact that we can do it is sick. Our shifter is officially 2 inches closer to me in the car. This is the furthest back that you can get it. Like I said, this is our 26-inch, and I believe on the box that Adam has over there, he has the exact opposite of this. He has the shortest one that you can get. Here is Adam's box, and you can tell how much shorter this is. So I believe this would be the 21-inch location, and it looks so dramatically shorter compared to mine now since I have the biggest one. But that's definitely going to help us out a ton with driver positioning and placement. So now Nick's gonna put it back in the car and we're gonna test fit this as well as finalize our pedals. Oh wow, from this angle forward, this one looks so much longer. Short driver mod. Transmission is back in and Nick is pissed. Nick is just so pissed because we realized now that if we had the 26-inch shifter location option, he wouldn't have had to cut all of this, but that's going to be covered anyway with like a panel, because you still would have had to cut because of how far to the left on the driver's side the shifter location is for the Corvette. So all of this would have still had to be cut out.
It's just this
but none
whole
of this
section is a little extra now.
Yeah, you know, it's unique, you know? It's just unique. This is actually a really, really good location if you are doing this on a Corvette and you don't want to cut your Corvette up as much as you might have to if you have it a lot closer. So this is the farthest option away.
And the stock location is here, so let's say they're not doing a whole pedal assembly, steering column. I would think this would still be like the best location in a Corvette in particular.
Because it's basically just offset from the stock location.
Yeah, and then if you did like a different style dog box, like a side shift, it might even be in the right position. It's just, then you have clearance issues with the trans tunnel, but...
Maybe this is the ideal.
I think so.
Corvette setup. There you go. We figured it out for you. We're hacking up my car so we can figure out all these things for anyone else that wants to do this. Now we're gonna put a seat back in here, get our new pedal setup back in here. We'll show you what we ended up changing on that and see how I fit. These are the new pedal assembly setup that we decided to go with. This is a Tilton 600 series, but now it's going to be mounted with the masters going underneath our tray here, which will be better because now we don't have to worry about clearance to the wall, because we were pretty much maxed out with where my feet needed to be, being right up on that wall, and the masters would have basically been touching. But now, since I'm using this foot tray anyway, the masters will be routed facing towards me underneath this foot tray, and then we can go as far back to the wall as we want.
Yeah.
And you already cut it out.
Yep. So it already fits over all that.
So Nick had to cut that part of the foot tray out. It came just complete for you to customize on your own. And how it blends in and looks so good. Perfect. Now we can try and do today what we tried to do in the last video, now that we have all the right parts. I think this is it. I think this is my driver position for this car. I'm still realizing now that I will have to get the like broken looking lawn shifter that like comes back towards you to just help a little bit, because in fourth gear my arm is going to be completely extended and straight, and I just don't like that. Even in third, let me see, third, fourth, it's still, look at that, it's still straight. And especially when you're like strapped into a car, it'll just be nicer with it coming back towards me, and that'll get me further away from the dash here. But this is a lot further away than it was before, so this was the move. And with our pedals, perfect positioning right now, and I'll still be able to dial in fitment if we need to with the actual seat, moving it forward and back. We're gonna wait until probably one of the last things that we do before welding the steering column, just because if we need to make any other minor adjustments, we wanna do that at the very end, just so that it's not irreversible with all the welding that has to be done. We are still gonna have to re-modify this bracket. We're gonna maybe make like the lower extension and remount this so it's not hitting the dash, so we don't have to cut anymore, but that's something we can do at the very end. But for right now, general driver positioning between the shifter and the pedals, we are good to go. So we left off with my floor mount pedals, and guess what? They are mounted now. So this is what we ended up doing to make that happen, given that the floors are fiberglass. To make sure we were 100% solid with the floor mount pedal setup, we ended up taking some steel plate, and Nick like managed to wedge it in between the floor and like the metal part that's attached to the frame here. So he like wedged it in between there on each side, and then bolted the floor mount pedals directly to this. Now he could weld this. I think he plans on it if he wanted, but like this is not going anywhere. And I liked that he put it in between these two layers versus just having it on the outside and like welding it to this, for example, because if he would have done that, it would have left a natural sort of gap about the thickness of this plate right here. So this is it, y'all. This is how you gotta make it work on a Corvette if you want floor mounted pedals. Maybe this is a better way of vlogging. You like talk about something and then boom, the next frame, it's just done. Here's what it looks like mounted on the inside. And this is our foot tray that I will be using. And it fits right in there. So everything is officially mounted, and this is what it looks like, you guys. perfect foot placement. Now the next thing that we need to secure to that plate underneath here as well is this foot tray. So we want to be able to easily take this off since our masters are going to be underneath this. Thinking we're just going to have like maybe 2 L brackets on each side. One side is attached to here, and then the bottom part of the L is just attached straight to that plate underneath so that we can remove the pedals from underneath and this tray as well. Another big update is that everything that was cut in order to fit our front mount G Force GSR transmission, everything has now been plated. Look how nice this is, you guys. Nick did such a good job. This entire plate over the shifter has this boot as well that is removable. It just snaps in. And everything is boxed in. He did such a good job. This one is removable as well if we need more room or better access. This plate, very, very nice as well. If you do remember, there was a bigger hole here. There was also a hole right there and a hole on the side right here. So everything for the transmission has officially been sealed. And yes, of course, I'm going to be throwing these plates into the paint booth and painting them neon yellow to match the rest of the interior. And that means that the front mount transmission swap part of this build is officially completed, which is huge. Nick did such a good job just figuring everything out. Now we just need some paint and the interior will look amazing. Let's talk about these floors. Kinda has some bad news. You guys remember these beautiful carbon fiber floors? Well, I didn't realize when I got them that they are complete, 100% complete floor replacement panels, as in removing this entire piece, which is like industrial bonded. Yes, this is fiberglass, but it involves like completely removing these floors and replacing them with the carbon fiber ones. It would be really cool, but that is so much effort that we did not plan for. I did not realize that that was like the full process. If I wanted to use those floors, it seemed like they just drop in and provide extra support and look cool, but no, they are full carbon replacement floors. I actually only have the driver's side, so instead of ordering the passenger and then like re-securing the driver's side to have those floor mount pedals, we just decided that we're ditching the carbon floor. I know, but we decided that a while ago, and that is why we mounted the floor mount pedals to that plate and just finalize this. What I will be doing to the floors though is probably painting them, which not really spray painting them. I'm going to be painting them with like a roller or painting them with a brush and doing like the truck bed liner. Sounds really weird, but I think that's going to work the best and hold up the best. It'll be chemical and water resistant. Like it'll have a good texture to it, so you don't have to worry about it getting damaged. I don't know. I don't think I've really seen people do that to the floors of race cars, but I think that it'll be super functional. It'll be really easy for me to do, you know, with a roller or by hand with a brush. So that is now the game plan. I'm gonna try and find like the best truck bed liner, rhino liner, whatever it is that I can, and then end up doing that when we are a little bit further along with the build. Usually that stuff you have to let sit and cure for like 24 hours before doing anything, but that is the game plan. I'm going from carbon fiber to bed liner, but I think it's gonna look good. I think it's gonna be functional and just work, but that is the game plan, kind of a buzzkill. But I'm glad that I found that out before I ended up ordering the passenger side. Right now, schedule-wise, we are looking really, really good with the C6 Corvette. Recently, we just got a big package full of all things Vibrant products. Look at this. Ooh, oval piping. Yes, we're going there. We're gonna have to be modifying the headers on this car, and Nick's doing like a full custom exhaust. We're gonna try and use like the back half of the exhaust that I had on this car previously, but now with the front mount transmission, it is a little tricky at the headers and like to the middle of the car. So we got a whole bunch of Vibrant parts here, got a bunch of like pie cuts and oval pie cuts. So this will be in the next video, and that's probably gonna be about half a week at least of time for Nick. Like that's gonna be pretty complex with what he's having to do there. And I'll show you guys more in the next video, like I said, but that is what's coming up. And really from there, just almost all of our parts are here at this point. We have all of our Vibrant stuff for our exhaust. We have custom axles and our custom drive shaft coming in from Driveshaft shop very, very soon. We're doing a whole fuel makeover with Dishworks coming up on the channel too, so it's moving along. This build is very, very complex. It's being built for a purpose. This is going to be my first big girl competition drift car, and I'm really, really excited. Nick is here to help make all of this possible. But those are the Corvette updates that I have for this video. I'm gonna try and do a much better job going forward, trying to capture the rest of this build. Like I said, it's been a little different for me adjusting to like not doing a lot of the work myself, but on that same note, like I'm so thankful that Nick is here and helping get this car not just done, but getting it done right. Let me know what you guys think about the build so far, and I will see you guys in the next video.